Good evening, everyone. We are so excited. This is Meal Prep Sundays with the DFAM. I'm Margot and
I'm Steve. Hello, everyone.
And we have such a special guest, Taylor Dayne. Hello.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
I would love to give everyone an idea of everything that you are and everything.
Aww.
We're so used to singing along to your songs. We want to make sure that everybody knows exactly everything, mostly about you. So
Okay.
Taylor is a two-time Grammy nominee, an American Award winner, American Music Award winner, singer, songwriter, actress, author, entrepreneur. She's MTV royalty, a Go Red for Women supporter, and most importantly, the mother of two. Welcome to Meal Prep Sundays with the DFAM.
Thank you. What a beautiful intro. Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you, Margot.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This will be fun.
Well, we have kind of decided unofficially here at the DFAM that Taylor Dayne's music should be the official soundtrack for February, with it being Heart Month Valentine's Day. I mean, tell it to my heart. I'll always love you. Can't get enough of your love. With every beat of my heart, prove your love. Send me a lover, and more and more.
I know. February should be Taylor Dayne.
Right? Sure. It's all about the heart. Of course.
Of
course. Yes.
So Taylor, the DFAM project is our family. We say a family for families. We wanted to come together and inspire and uplift other families. We really want parents, because our kids are approximately the same age, so this is gonna be so fun. Our kids are 20, like if we round everyone out, 24, 22, and 20.
Well, I did mine at one time. You know that. I have twins, so they're 19. They just turned 19, so we have a lot in common, of course.
Definitely.
Yes, and what we want is to inspire maybe parents of younger kids to remember that it is about delayed gratification, and sometimes it is hard to make the hard decisions. And I loved how your book, Tell It to My Heart, opened up talking about that sense of entitlement sometimes we see in kids, and how it's so hard to steer away from that. And so Taylor has two kids, twins, Astaria and Levi, 19. And that just really
just as prefaces, I'm from New York, so you know how that already goes, you know. So I'm very tough love, and sometimes it comes across, and a single mom. So you have a partnership there, and there's a beautiful one at that. So I mean, yes, it's going to come across a lot, you know, my sense of and an LA kid. So continue, Margot. Okay.
Yeah, so we just wanted to come together and inspire and uplift other families. We got together as a family and decided, how can we do that? And we thought, you know, some of our kids are launching their lives, some are in college, and we just thought, you know what, everyone eats. So what if we just got together? Everyone eats, even music icons.
Families together, when they share that mealtime, break through a lot of critical times and moments, and there's a lot of interesting times when you can break through challenges and have that moment to have conversations that, when they're alone in their rooms, and you can really break through times with your children. It's actually a wonderful time to share times. Just force them to eat with you, or make that time to eat with you.
That's the New Yorker coming out.
It is. I like, come down and eat with me, or come down and let me make you something. It's
right.
Really
and specifically, we've never done.
Come cook with me.
Yeah, we've never done a breakfast episode. Yours is the first.
Brunch, dudes. I'm a Jew from Long Island.
Oh my gosh. So, and for us,
thank you. I kept saying, is it a brunch board or a breakfast board?
It's kind of brunchy, I gave you. That's why I gave you a little mix.
But you're waking up at 11, so it's brunch.
That's me. I'm also a singer, entertainer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So we were excited for us, and at some point, because of this crazy year, your kids will go off wherever they're going to go. Yeah. Ours have already taken off. But when they come home, breakfast is a big deal for us, especially that first night home. It's sort of a big ceremony for us. So it's a big, elaborate breakfast. And that's what we were kind of inspired by, the recipes that you gave us, that this is something that would be the basis for a really good welcome home. You know, the kids are just waking up at like 1. And
Be honest. They're not up before 11. They don't come down.
They could devour this awesome meal. So thank you so much for inspiring us and giving us these breakfast recipes. I'm going to be doing most of the cooking. Margot's going to be going back and forth talking to you. But thank you for that. And I'm going to go start some stuff. So wait, before I do that, let me talk about the recipes that Taylor gave us. Sure. You guys, these are amazing. The first one is apple pancakes. These are so stinking easy and so good. So what our little show does is it talk about food prepping. Normally we do this on Sunday and it's cooking for the whole week. So everyone has good food in the refrigerator, good healthy food in the refrigerator. And this isn't too far from that because these amazing pancakes, you can freeze them. We've got some in the refrigerator that we made on Wednesday that are still awesome. You just pull them out and heat them up. So they're apple pancakes, they're gluten-free. And then there's an apple topping that goes on it. Very, very good. Very good. And then the other thing is a little more savory thing. Adults will love this. It's a mushroom spinach bacon cup. Very easy, very warm-upable. So I'm going to go start working on those. The first thing I have to do, the other thing I wanted to mention is the recipes that we posted, we send them out an email to everyone, are Taylor's actual recipes. And some of the ingredients, because it's Heart Health Month, we've tweaked them a little bit. Like your recipe has really high quality bacon for the spinach bacon cup. We're using turkey bacon. So it's just sort of to celebrate the month that we're in right now. And instead of butter, we're using some butter alternative. But if someone wants to go full out and do your recipes, they would still be amazing. So I'm going to start with making the little bacon wrap. I'm going to let you guys keep talking, and I'll just be going in and out, okay?
Yeah, why don't you give the financial update right here?
Okay, so the other thing, Taylor, is there's a couple things that bring a family together. It's talking and eating food together. There's something that pushes a family away, talking about money. So what we're trying to do as a family is talk more about money issues. Our kids are old enough that they're putting money away, they're saving money, and all of us as a family have financial goals. And what we do every week is put it right out there, the good, bad, the ugly, to tell everyone, here we are right now on our financial goals. And our son, Stevie, is the total baller. He just graduated from college last year. He's got a grown-up job. He's a mechanical engineer. And he's the one that's killing all of us. He's at 30% of his goal. Ellie is, and Teddy is our baby, who is right now a sophomore at Michigan State University. She's at 7.88% to goal. And then Ellie is our senior at the University of Michigan. She's at 3.7. She's a waitress and doing other stuff. And it's just crummy right now, so she's not doing as well. And then Margot and I are bringing up the rear at 1.45% to goal. Woo, woo.
Our goal is much.
It's a big goal, but
wow.
So we always report on that every week. I'll give that back to Margot, and I'm gonna go make bacon boats. Oh, Ellie's on.
Ellie is.
You gotta say hi to Margot.
Hi.
Yeah, so
Hi.
Taylor Dayne. Taylor Dayne.
Hi, Ellie. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to meet you.
Fabulous.
I was just watching your interview with the RuPaul, so I'm really excited to meet you.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
So, Ellie, did you have a question for Taylor?
I couldn't come up with a question just because I was watching that interview with RuPaul, and everything that you said with Ru was so amazing, and it just made me smile. You guys, the banter was so sweet.
Yeah, Ru's beautiful. Look at how he's rapping away. You have this pretty down.
So what I did was I came up with a little way to keep these little bacon things spread apart. I just made little
but all
alternative tinfoil.
Yeah, but turkey bacon complete alternative. Right, of course, alternatives all the way. Correct. I would.
Oh man, turkey bacon or
look how yummy.
Bacon. These things are so good.
So
I
yummy.
can't tell you how fun it was after we took all the pictures to be able to eat all the food, because usually we're making dinner food, but we make it as soon as we get home from the gym in the morning. Like
right.
We make it and we photograph it. And who wants to eat dinner food at 7 o'clock in the morning? But this time we had a full-on brunch and we were eating it early.
Babe, so true. So what questions did we ask RuPaul? I mean, so why RuPaul? That was just one of the interviews you enjoyed the most?
Yeah,
To watch?
I'm really into drag queens. I watch like makeup tutorials and like I'm so into the LGBTQ plus community. So it was so good to see you with Rue.
That's so funny because my daughter, you know what? My daughter says, "Oh, we're going to a drag show tonight." I'm like, "Wow." You know what? It's funny. When I was your age, I guess it was just because they were just so fascinating to watch. Same for me. Fascinating.
Yeah.
And just they took so much care and so much time into everything they did, everything and then of course, you know, what an amazing transformation, obviously, when I finally broke as an artist, and done honor, of course, when they started. I had hair, good enough hair that they'd start dressing like me and eyelashes and then doing all my moves. And I'm like, do I have moves good enough? And they go, oh, darling. Yes.
They're walking art. So I'm sure it's flattering for you.
No, it's amazing. And now, you know, and Rue is such an amazing human being, really amazing. He'll be like, oh no, Taylor, you did this in this year in 1992, you did this. And he just knows, he remembers everything. He's a sponge. He remembers everything I've ever done. And like, how can you mend a broken heart? He's like, that's one of my favorite songs you've ever covered. And he's very specific. He's amazing.
That's amazing. That's so exciting. I do have a question now. What's your favorite part of brunch? Do you like?
Okay, I didn't tell this to you.
Or
okay, I'm a Jewish girl from Long Island, so I'm from the Bronx, and so my dad when I was 2 and 3, his very important thing was in my stroller, and then when he took me, he'd carry me to a deli, a delicatessen, and his big thing was, but New York delicatessens, like, in Bronx and Brooklyn and New York, is like, it was blocks and bagels, and this was a big thing. You can ask your mom, and like, if they understand this stuff, so it was like, you get the right cuts, and you get the right smoked salmon, and you get the right lot, and like a bagel in New York is like, it's like a piece of pizza. So I would have to say lox and bagels. And I almost put this on there, but there's nothing for him to cook. There's nothing for your mom to actually cook, but it's a spread. It's part of a brunch. Is like such, we had brunch today, and I did give them the pancakes, and I did give them that egg cup, because that is a beautiful something they can prepare really nicely. But did you ever have challah bread, like, you understand what I'm going with this, French toast? So on Friday nights, if we had challah bread, right? If we had that as, okay, you save that, and then you have that as French toast on Sunday with butter. I mean, you will never have a better French toast in your life, honey. Am I telling your daughter? I mean, you are her daughter, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you understand you're going to have this on a Sunday. You guys are going to have brunch together. You're going to share this challah bread that's going to be a French toast is from heaven. That's part of a brunch. It's amazing.
When Steve turns this blender on, you two are going to have to talk because I am going to mute. But
it's amazing.
Oh, hold on. Steve wants to talk about pancakes. Can you guys hear him from here?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly talk about the ingredients for these pancakes because they're so easy and they're gluten-free and
they are gluten-free. Remember, this is
there's a lot of gluten-free things out there that are a little weird, but these are like so good and
they are so
rich
good.
And amazing. And I think what makes them so good is the applesauce. So unsweetened applesauce, good old-fashioned rolled oats, a little bit of almond milk, a couple eggs, and I'm sure you could do some egg replacement things. Maple syrup, vanilla, cinnamon and allspice, and a little bit of salt, and baking powder. That's it. Goes in the blender, you blend it up, and then it goes on the griddle. So you'll see me doing that. I just wanted everyone to see what I'm doing. So Margot's going to have to mute because this thing is super loud.
Well, tell me when that happens. Or right now.
2 seconds.
Okay. Well, it was interesting because I received your recipes that you wanted to do. And I thought, that's interesting. We've never done this before for Meal Prep Sundays. Awesome. This is new. Right. And then I got to that part in your book about your Sundays and that they're family days when you were growing up.
Sundays, family days.
So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And I'm going to mute. So
it was always my dad. It was what I was saying was my dad would take, for me and my dad, it was that one moment where we share, there was so many other things that I share about my relationship with my father, but it was the one thing is like, see how my dad wakes up on Sunday. Is he in a good mood or is he in a bad mood? If he's in a good mood, he's like, daughter, come with me to the store. And then I get my little butterfly cookie. And then we'd walk to our pals. Like if we take the walk and he'd buy me my cookie, and then I get to pick out the fish with him, and we get the lox, or we get the whitefish salad. And it was this ritual of picking out things and holding his hand. And we get, the onion board, these things, these bagels, these certain rituals of these. And it's very memorable, and I'll never forget it. And then, of course, I took this into raising my own children. And Sunday is family day, and it always will be. And brunch is always a big part of it. And I do it. We do bagels. I brought this over to in Montecito. This is what we do. Like, there will be bagels. This is the recipes I bring for them. There will be eggs, lox, bagels, brunch, and with capers, and however it will go. Yes. Children.
Are the bagels in Arizona, do they compare to the ones in New York, or no? Do you make your own?
The only thing I can get on the West Coast is, no, you do not make your own, darling.
I'm sorry.
You try as hard as you can.
Yeah.
No, nothing truly compares. Nothing compares. And we do understand that. We don't. This accent will follow me forever. No. But a challah pancake, you will get you some challah French bread. We'll work on that. But I don't think it'll be as gluten-free as we try. No, I don't feel.
Okay.
But this was very. But yeah.
One piece, I mean, it's everything of your book and how you started. I'd love to share a quote.
Sure.
If that's okay?
Of course.
So this is little Leslie Wonderman.
Yeah.
In the hospital, age 5.
Probably. 4.5, probably. Yeah.
And having 2 daughters, I get choked up even thinking about it, what you had to endure. And you're laying there, and what you said was, what started as a tool for survival became, and this is because you would sing to the radio that was in your hospital room. And
what probably gave me a little transistor radio box. My dad probably.
By yourself, because back then the visiting hours were only like 4 to 8. So your parents couldn't be there with you, and you're 4.5 to 5 years old. What started as a tool for survival became the need to be an artist. I needed to overcome the fears of my past that lived inside of me in order to be here 30 years later and say I'm an artist today. And it was that voice. You decided at such a young age, and I'm so grateful to be able to expose my kids to you and your story, that you decided at 4.5 to 5 that your voice was what needed to be heard. And you protected that for yourself, and you made everything that you are today. And I have goosebumps all over my entire body. You made your life, everything that you are today, you decided at 4.5 to 5, and it was going to happen no matter what. That is incredible.
I think you have just uncovered something for me that I probably didn't even know myself.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And powerful.
So little to be, I mean, and the way that you described what was happening to you and the testing that they did, or the procedures that they were doing that they had to do. I mean, I can't imagine a little girl having to endure that, and that you just decided that was what you were going to do, and there wasn't anything that was going to take that away from you. And then to listen to your voice and how powerful your voice is. It just gives me chills. Now that I know that and I listen to your music, it just has a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that you were able to get this out. I'm sure this wasn't an easy thing to do, and to relive all of this.
No, not hard or in that respect either. It's just, layers, right, of anything when we're just peeling, right? It's layers, and there's things on top of things and asphalt on top of asphalt, right? And I'm so privileged, and my parents are still alive, my brothers are still alive, and I have a relationship with my parents, and I'm so grateful they're alive, and my brothers, and that interesting way you just described that to me, that doesn't make me think of anything but my career, why I still sing, and why I hold on to things the way I do, and why I look the way I do, and why I sing the way I do, and why I'll never walk away. Yeah.
Well, on that segue, walking away, this is Dr. Diana Bittner. She is an expert in female health. She's one of my friends. She is my doctor. And she's asking you, was there ever a time where you almost walked away?
Was there ever a time you almost walked away from my career?
Yeah. Before you made your break.
Before I broke. Nah. I mean, I broke 22, 23. I mean, I worked for the Russian mob. I mean, there's a million things I could say I did, but there's no yellow brick road to being famous. There just is no one path. It's not like you get a degree in it. Not in this country. It's not even like you go to college for it. Now you can. Now you can get a million degrees in a safe road and a safe path. Your mom will even tell you that, like, nothing was more short of fame than, you couldn't make sex tapes then and get a guaranteed, there was no cell phones, there was no Wi-Fi, there was no guaranteed followers, you couldn't pay for things and get guaranteed. This was there was the Village Voice, and maybe there was a couple of papers. There was no anything. It was a real, nobody said, go be a musician.
The thing that it was interesting, so I was reading your book out loud. Your parents, a lot of times parents, when kids have this vision of being an artist, they'll say, okay, do it, and then here's a plan B. It sounded like your parents never said that to you.
Exceptionally talented. And plus, I'm a Jewish girl from New York, and my parents were also highly involved in the arts. And they took me to, as you can read, if you do read my book, Sundays were family day. So they dragged us to off-Broadway theater. They dragged us, their dream was still to be, oh, thank you, Sarah. And I hope I'm answering your Dr. Bitten's question. My brother, we were very encouraged in the arts as a family, but my brother ended up being a lighting designer. My brother went to Purchase University. My older brother, he was a lighting designer at Studio 54. And we were encouraged to be in the arts. My brother, my younger brother, was at the First Club. I'm not saying it worked out well all the way, but I was exceptionally good at singing. I was singing Jacques Brel. I was singing pieces in fourth grade, and that were just, my parents were like, but I was also working with people that they were just like, and I was like, get out of my way. I was kind of like, don't, I was like singing, don't worry, no, get out, don't rain on my parade. And I was like, I don't want your help. I don't want anything from you, because there was also a lot of violence in the home. Like, I also didn't want, there was also a real New York attitude to me. And I got that at 4 or 5 years old. Like, you also can't be there for me. The reason I suffer like this is because there's so much hell in the home. The reason why I'm going through this hell in the hospital is because there's so much hell in my home. The reason I'm sick is because there's so much hell in the home. This isn't a happy accident. I'm not just sick randomly. I'm sick because I'm holding all this burning inside. That's what the book tells you. A child isn't sick because they're just sick. They're sick because I was a product of, there was a lot of fire and burning up going in my home. So I carried it with me. I was a very sensitive person, very sensitive child. Anyway, that's the depth of it. But as you read the book, and as a young woman, if you choose to read it, and you'll understand. So that's the art. I took it. I carried it all within me. Yeah, that's how you. Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
hold on. I
go ahead.
have to, Steve.
You have to turn the eggs.
My ear is yours making funny noises.
Just ignore it.
Ellie, can you hear me okay when I talk?
Ellie?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. All right.
I hear you.
It doesn't sound right to me, but as long as it sounds right to everyone else, I can still kind of hear.
We're professionals.
Taylor,
Yes.
it's Sarah's birthday today. Sarah Contreras, and she is a huge fan. She turns on your music and sings it out loud every single day. So she sent me a message today and let me know how special today is. So could you say happy birthday to her?
Of course, Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Mwah. Have a very special day, Sarah.
I am sure you just made her day.
Woo.
Okay. Well, I got a comment here. It all sounds great. I am glad
Susan.
because it doesn't completely sound great in my ear. That's okay. So it sounds like
I don't always eat gluten-free. No, I do not always eat gluten-free. But these are gluten-free menus. I think somebody's writing in. Yes.
Yeah, it definitely makes you feel better. It makes me feel better when, I don't eat gluten because I can't, not by choice. It's my body. So I loved the fact that your recipes were gluten-free and they smelled so good and they looked so good.
I try to add them, of course, but yeah.
So good. So we have, Ellie, did you have anything else that you wanted to say to Taylor before you sign off? We've got another one of our kids in the green room ready to pop on.
Cool.
Say
hi. I think so. I know I'm going to get that book because your book sounds amazing and very powerful and inspirational.
Thanks,
and your voice is beautiful. I'm unfortunately tone deaf, but I love Broadway. And I know that you're in Broadway.
I did Broadway, yeah.
Yeah.
I did a couple of times, yeah.
And I can belt show tunes by myself. I need to be by myself or else I'll break people's ears. But I can belt. I'm in my car driving and I will sing the loudest. I love everything about Broadway.
What's your favorite shows? What's some of your favorite shows?
I like Spring Awakening. That's my favorite. Yeah, I'm really into reproductive rights. So I thought that when I saw that show, I thought that spoke volumes to me. So I'll leave it at that. But it was really great meeting you.
Wonderful to meet you, love. You're very sweet. Big kiss, hon. Yeah, big kiss. She's beautiful. You done good, Mama. I can't hear you. She popped off and now I can't hear you.
There you go. It was we muted our mics when we were putting them away.
Okay. There you are.
As a single mom.
Whoa, look at Pancakes. Wow.
Are these so good?
Those look so damn. You know what does that? The applesauce.
Yeah, they're so good.
They're so money. Nobody understands. It's the oats, the applesauce. They're so money. They taste so good.
Yeah, money.
So we are putting together a brunch board. One of the things that my family loves to do is a charcuterie board, a good charcuterie board.
Yes.
And so when we saw all your recipes, we thought it would be perfect to come up with a brunch or breakfast board. So Steve is assembling that here.
So beautiful.
One of the things I want to tell you before I bring Stevie onto the camera is I'm so glad I'm reading this book. It is just you always see the story and you don't know the story. So you all need to read. You are a hustler and you are a single mom that is making it happen for her kids. And you are not telling them, you are showing them.
A lot of, how true is that? Yes. You want to come over on Sunday?
More is
I'd love to have you over, Margot. You can explain it better than I can. You know how they never want to hear it from you half the time. Yeah. But it's so true sometimes.
No, I always say more is caught than taught. And the piece of this book that just gave me such an amazing visual of who you are and what you do and what you're showing them is that the kids were fighting over a cell phone because you had taken Levi's away. Totally understand that for something. And They're fighting over the one cell phone. You finally get on with them. You're reminding them to eat. You're reminding them to keep their faith. And you're going to work. You get there. You strap on your gladiator boots.
Yeah.
No sleep. I'm like, yep. And then you show up at the venue and your stage is spinning.
Yeah.
Like, how many times, friends, have we shown up at an event and we're so excited because we can see the artist, they're spinning. Have you ever thought how dizzy it makes the artist that's standing in the gladiator boots on no sleep and a cup of chicken noodle soup, spinning, singing her heart out for you?
Nah, not really. They're like, oh, it's in the 360. Who cares? Yeah, it's in the round.
Yay, it's in the round. We'll have a better
Yeah,
view.
who cares? Yeah, it's in the round. She's good. Get on with it.
So, Stevie, can you come closer to the camera? He didn't know I was putting it on. Yeah, he was. So.
Wait, am I on? Oh, I'm on now. Oh.
You are on. Taylor,
Wow.
This is our son,
Hey, Stevie.
Stevie Dre.
Taylor, very nice to
Hi.
meet you. You got
Very
my
nice to meet you.
girlfriend. Let me tell you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, honey.
No problem.
So, Stevie, explain where you are.
I'm at the Forge. This is my garage. This is my playground.
Wow.
This
Hot.
is where I get to go to wrench on stuff, and yeah.
That's
So
great.
this is where I create. You know, you're in the studio. I'm in the garage.
You're in your den. I love it.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
That's great.
Thank
So,
you very
Stevie,
much.
do you have any questions for Taylor? She has a son, Levi. He's 19. Stevie's 24. Maybe do you have any advice for Levi?
I could give advice all day, but I have some questions that I wrote down in my FC1
Oh, very nice.
manual.
Okay. Let's hear it, hon.
So, Taylor, are you a morning person or a night owl? Night owl, or are you just...
Come on, Steve. Bring out the real questions, Stevie Jr.
That was one of my better ones.
Okay,
what about
why?
this?
Why do you feel that's the better one? Because you knew the answer, but what do you feel about that?
I didn't know the answer.
Okay, so if I'm a night, I'm not a night person, but I mean, I'm not a morning person, so I'm definitely a good afternoon person. So I'm an evening person, yes.
Gotcha. So what
What are you?
Up? I'm a night owl, but I try so hard to be a morning person. So that's what I'm
Fair
struggling
enough.
with is, you know, getting up early in the morning. I try to get up early in the morning to work out, but it's so easy just to go back to bed.
Very
okay.
easy.
Let's see what else we got. So why singing? Why not a different outlet or a different instrument? Were you just always enjoyed singing and that's what you went with?
Yeah, there was no even other thought. The first thing I heard was a voice and I heard a melody. I mean, it was a radio for me. I heard, I think it was Stevie Wonder. It was like My Sharia Moore or something. And and it was magical. And I just mimicked it. I just had to mimic it. And it was, late 60s, probably early 70s. And it wasn't like I wanted to pick up a guitar and just,
Right.
Although you could often say I'm a very frustrated guitar player, but if I had another career I would ever choose from, but I mean, I hear notes. So any musician I work with, they'll often say, well, yeah, I mean, I'm very clear when I write with producers. I'll play with them very clearly and writing material that way. And then I would be a forest ranger otherwise. Yeah.
Right on. I love that. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, you should see where I'm at right now. I'm fearful to lift this, but look at this.
It's gorgeous. There's mountains back there.
You see Camelback right there?
I can barely see. I'm on my phone, and your picture is like.
I'm straight up in a mountain right now. Oh yeah, I did some rock. We did some rock climbing today, so this was good.
I've hiked Camelback a couple of times. Did you go up first thing this morning?
No, Mom, I didn't. But we got to the rock today, not this morning. We had things we had to do last night, but we'll get up into there. Don't worry.
It's a Sunday. Whatever.
Camelback is no joke. claim to fame is that I made it up to the top of Camelback carrying my cup of coffee. I had never hiked before, and I was hiking with my friend, and I was like, "Can I bring this?" And she was like, "Well, why don't you decide to, try it?" And I was like,
fabulous.
"Okay." In the beginning, I was like, "It's okay, it's fine." And then all of a sudden, I said, "We have to climb up those rocks."
Yeah.
So Stevie plays the guitar. Would you play the acoustic guitar, Taylor, or would you play the electric guitar?
Well, I mean, you have to do both, but I mean, ultimately, if I had to do one or the other, I think it would be electric.
That's what I play. I mean, I have an acoustic, but I just love the energy of electric.
You guys smell what I'm doing over here.
Well, give us an update. What's happening back behind us on Meal Prep Sundays?
Dad's making the pancakes. Oh, you're doing something for the egg cup.
You got mushrooms, garlic, and spinach going together. The kitchen smells amazing.
Ooh,
So
that's for the cups.
Down, and it's going to go into these little cups with the bacon. And we're putting feta on top of it. Oh, it's so good.
You guys are getting a good brunch.
So good. So
what do you think? So do you do motorcycles, or are those like hot rods? Are those like trucks?
We got some hot rods in here. Right now I'm doing motorcycles because my cars can drive. So I'll, when they break completely, I'll work on those. But
so who taught you to do all that? Your dad?
Me, myself, and I.
Wow.
No, just a lot of YouTube and just breaking stuff constantly. And I mean, I'm still learning, obviously. Everyone is.
Wow.
But
engines? Was it mostly really?
Everything. I just rebuilt my first big engine, and it broke itself again, and I put it back. It's just, learning as you go. But I got one bike that I completely rebuilt all the way down to the frame, powder coated the frame, rebuilt the engine, new plastics, tuned it up a little bit, put cams in it. And then I got a big bike that me and my dad actually took down Route 66 all the way from Chicago
Holy
to.
Shit. So you weren't into body shop. You weren't into the bodies of anything yet. You started with engines first.
Oh yeah, I'm not like cosmetic stuff. It was more about going fast than it was about looking good. But I still do cosmetic stuff. I bought a totaled Range Rover, and
good to know.
You're telling me it's.
Hey Taylor, I think she had a VW van for a long time.
So did I, a 77.
That's what I'm talking about. That is so cool.
That is so cool.
Better believe it.
California cruiser.
Until the kids started eyeing it, I go, sold. No way. I had no brakes. I mean, I was like, dude, what am I doing? Yeah, no. I had it for a while. I bought it with my per diem when I first moved out here for
nice.
It was only one owner, 77.
What?
Dude, it was sitting in a woman's. It's sitting. Her son died, sitting in her house, in her backyard for years.
That's the way to do it. And,
dude, it was money.
Where was it? West Coast, or was it like?
No, it was out here. I bought it out here. So if I got it in 97, 98, 99, 97, 98, and it was sitting there.
That is so cool.
That's awesome. You got nothing to worry about out there with
bright orange,
rust or anything. Oh,
original, that original like weird seat color was automatic.
Oh,
all right. Do you have a dream car? Like, is there a car that you're like, all right, at some point in my career, I'm gonna get this car?
I don't know, Stevie Drake. What are you gonna? Wow.
What do you want? You want a new car?
I'm not gonna get crazy on you.
I
used to love the Mach 1s. But you can't see out the back. So let me start thinking about this, Stevie. Let me think. I used to love the goats, but those are impossible to find.
The
GTO.
Goats?
A GTO.
Oh my! Do you want to? Is that a GTO?
Oh, there's a GTO at the Forge. So Stevie is a mechanical engineer. He has an engineering job all week long, but this is his passion. So he has this place called the Forge, and it is like his playground. This is Stevie's. This is GTO.
You have a GTO?
I don't have it. It's just someone that he actually owns the Forge. This is his.
Yeah. So
can you believe I just said that's my favorite car and he has one? You
So,
don't find that a little odd?
So Taylor, if
And
you
it's black.
yes,
Black.
It's all.
It's like jet black. I don't think it has any metallic in the paint. I think it's jet black.
Dude, that's like the most perfect car ever.
It's got a big
What's the
engine. In it,
engine?
too.
What's the engine?
The engine is a
hold on,
6.5.
Kevin Luciani. If you ever want to sell your GTO, I think you have a buy.
No, I don't think. Maybe he likes Taylor Dayne. Let's see what the hood looks. Let's see what's under the hood.
It's got a 6.5 liter V8, obviously. I don't think he did anything crazy to the engine, but
Yeah, but look at what's the hood type? Does it have that pop-up thing on the hood?
I don't think so.
Taylor Dayne.
It's got two fake. I can't put it down. I don't know.
Oh my
I gotta
god!
figure out how to put it down later. But it's got two fake vents.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's got two fake vents. I'm sure. Yeah.
Those vents are so money. Look, I just asked for a GTO and it was in his garage.
There's a Scout in there too. It's a really cool. It's an amazing place.
The
Oh,
Scout.
yeah. That's the Scout.
Okay, the Scout's pretty money too, but the GTO is like no. The whole road, everything would stop for you to pull over.
Oh yeah,
That thing's so badassy.
A Mustang in here and an old Bel Air. I have fun here.
So that's where he goes on nights and weekends, and he makes things. He makes things and he breaks things, and then he makes them again.
So where's that? What's the address?
I can't give you that. I'll bring you over here. I'm not going to give you the address.
I realize that we're live, honey. I do, but mom, dad, yeah, I understand, Stevie Drake.
It's such a cool place. It is such a cool place. It's like every guy's dream. Like he's in the shop part, but there's a
look at dad filling the cups.
Oh yeah, we're still
making
making brunch in the background. There's a whole guys like I don't know what you would call that part, like where you play poker and there's a huge screen TV and it's
a
really
cave,
cool.
a fabulous
cave. It's a man cave. Yes, definitely. So let's talk about
We're putting the feta on, and then these are going in for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then they are done. So good.
They are so good. We had a couple for breakfast this morning.
Oh yes, they are.
So
brunch.
CV, did you have any other questions for Taylor? I love this.
Well, now you know I like those kind of cars. That's a dream car, though. So remember I told you, because I used to play in those in the 70s, though. So just so you're clear.
All right.
Like those were cars I used to play in and have a couple of, in the days, like if you want to take me out on a date, they'd pick me up in those kind of cars and a Mach 1 and you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. All right. Well,
okay.
You come to Grand Rapids. Well, I'll steal it. We'll go on a ride. All right.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have.
No stealing. Ask the owner politely, and he'll say, "Absolutely, you pick up Miss Dayne in my vehicle, 100%. You go pick her up." And Mr. Bill Harley will say the same. Yes, we go pick her up in my fat boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. As he used to do.
I got one more question. I wasn't watching before.
He's fantastic. Why are you hiding him so long? Your kids are amazing.
And the third one can't even jump on. She has no Wi-Fi where she is. She's somewhere where she can't get on. The Wi-Fi wasn't good enough. So go ahead.
Watching before, but I kind of heard you guys talking about bread. But what is your cheat meal? I'm not saying like, oh, like I'm talking. You're like, I don't care about calories. I don't care about anything. I want this in my body right now. Cheat meal.
What you don't tell anyone about?
Cheat meal, anything? Well, it depends. Hangover meal, like,
If that's what, well, probably, right? Because when you're hungover, you just want whatever you want. You're not really thinking about anything else.
Yeah, I'm not going to say a cheeseburger kind of thing because that's not even like.
Hey, I mean, that's what you want.
What? You guys missed this car of the century. Cheat meal. I mean, I could sit there and say, I don't know, cheat meal. I mean, I could say a crazy, listen, if I could eat Chinese food till it's coming out of my ears, like a crazy, like go to Nobu, I could say steak. but it's not steak. Like, I just don't enjoy it anymore. I just wouldn't even think to order it. Cheat. Conant, right? His spaghetti, right? If I had to just jump on his spaghetti, that's not even cheating to me. I just don't deny myself anything anymore. I would never I just don't. But if I could have anything smothered in truffles, like for pounds of truffles, that would be cheating. Truffles.
Like the stuff you like that kind of truffle.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had it. I've never had it, so I don't get it.
Oh, it's just glorious. It's not cheating.
Good?
It's just gluttonous.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the word. It's just being gluttonous would be so piggish, and gluttonous maybe would be the word for it.
So truffle.
That would be
anything with surrounded by truffle.
Or a gluttonous amount. Like if I could have that spaghetti or go to, Nobu and just have his pasta or with the snap peas and just a gluttonous amount of truffle on it, shaven truffle. Yes, that would be just too many things.
There you go. Heard it here first. Truffles.
Yeah.
Truffles. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the gentleman that owns the GTO and the Forge is an amazing cook too. So if
Chef?
you are ever, barbecue. He really loves. He's just great with meat. He's really good with meat. So if you ever come here, we'll have you covered.
Oh, fantastic! How fun!
Yes, of course. So we have a question.
Well, we just have a reason to put us on a plane to go. Will you attend the Derby this year? Honey, I just don't think the Derby is happening as far as attendance, as far as the Barnstable Brown. Is the Derby happening? I don't think so. We didn't get our invite, so I don't think the parties are happening. I'm sure they'll have the races, but.
And let's see what else we
Are you
have.
guys not seeing these pop-ups?
Yeah.
We're seeing them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I'm putting them up there. I'm the one putting them up.
Okay, good. I thought they were coming up on your feed. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, so I can't say enough about this book and
thank you.
the story behind it. I mean, everyone just hears your music and sees, you're gorgeous and you've had this amazing career. To have the career that you've had for 30 years. That's all people see. They don't know the story. Is there any other parts of the story that you want to reveal without giving too much away because you want people to get the book?
No, I mean, just ask and I tell. That's kind of the way I've lived my life, and for the most part, authentically. There's nothing I won't share to that effect.
Well,
the good, the bad. The authentic, yes.
It's so real. The story, it's so real. Everything that you're writing and how it's written is just, you're there. You're there with you, living every single piece of it. And the message is so clear.
Yeah, I just want, for women, I want them to understand. I have my children, 20, they are 19 now, so they just turned 19. I had them with a surrogate, very unorthodox at the time. I had them in California because, hence the surgery and everything that we discussed earlier, probably prevented me from bearing my own children. So we're still not sure, but at the time, we're pretty sure that I mean, through a process of reattaching my urethra tubes and through my bladder and kidneys, it was pretty much, I've had hellacious time enough through years of bladder infections and kidney infections that we're not sure, but it saved my life that I could really carry. So, so when I found out you could have a surrogate and at least something, some way it allowed me to think, wow, maybe I could have a child of my own. So it was an amazing decision, an amazing quest of mine. And I wasn't married at the time. And yet I don't know many women that I've met over the years that would opt to do that. But at the same time, I went for one child and I got blessed with two. And so it was only legal in California 20 years ago and Delaware. And now it's legal in so many states in America. And I don't know abroad much, but most of my friends are people that I know in the LGBT community. And of course, abroad come to the United States and do this, that my friends from Australia. And so it's so much more common, but that's a part of the story, which I delved into, which wasn't, very common. And I did do it as a single mom. And there's so much to that part that has changed in the last 20 years for me, obviously. And that's part of the story as well. So, yeah.
Hats off to any single moms out there. It is not an easy job to do with a partner, and it is definitely not an easy job to do alone.
Well, I didn't think I would, but I mean, that I didn't go into it that way. But I mean, that's how, you don't go into anything thinking it's going to be one of the, I go into things with a open heart and an open way. But, look at we're great. I mean,
well,
but I wouldn't stop it. I don't like shoulda, coulda, woulda things. I don't want to stop that's why you asked me, would I have walked away if I didn't No. I wouldn't walk away from my kids. I wouldn't walk away from what kind of career. You can't. You can't look at things that way. You have to, I don't know if the word's pursue, you have to produce. You must continue one foot in front of the other, whatever that means. Maybe it's relax today, and I don't know. Live, breathe, go, continue.
I like to say that
do something.
The best time to do something is right now, because you can always say like, "Oh, I'll do that tomorrow." Oh, like next week, next month for sure. I'll be at the best time to start something is right now.
Or I had an acting coach that once said to me, he goes, "Hey, yeah, you got a flat tire. Cool. Are you going to live here? Or are you going to change it eventually? You're going to change the tire. Right. You're just not going to live here. I see where you are, but, fix your tire."
Exactly. I mean, that's
get moving. And get moving. I sometimes have to say this to my daughter. I go, "I get this, Astaria. We got a bump in the road here, but do we stay here or we get on with the trip to wherever we're going?"
Get on with the trip.
We can live here.
I think that's great advice.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And I listened to him. I was like, yeah. He goes, "Wherever the trip's going, doesn't mean you live here. Yeah, fix the tire."
So it looks like
some people are so rattled. They stop everything. Can't even begin to think of another journey past this point. More journey.
That's so true.
So overwhelmed.
So we should probably check in with the since it's almost done. So
is this show supposed to go this way?
Breakfast board. There we
Breakfast
go.
Board. But these are those family brunches. You wouldn't want to miss them for the world.
That's what the kids will walk down to at breakfast and say, "Why don't you do this every day?" Well, look
Dad's
at it.
brunch is heaven.
Awesome. And this is what I didn't get a chance to tell people about.
I love the strawberries.
Yep, you can see it.
This is the apple topping from Taylor's recipe. Apples and cinnamon.
I'm loving that.
A little bit of maple syrup, and you just cook it and kind of reduce it a little bit.
That looks great.
The pancakes and with little maple syrup is so good. So good.
So
strawberries.
On the cups, and I'm done.
So if people want Taylor's recipes today, go to www.dfam.life. They will immediately fall into your mailbox, or you can text family to 616-344-4401, and same thing will happen for you. Let's see if there are any new comments. Wow, the comments are I can't keep up with them all. Fix the
tire, Sonia.
Amen to that. Dr. Diana Bittner, I'm going to remember that. Fix it. You just fix the tires. Don't overcomplicate it. Susan, thank you, Taylor and DFAM, for this interview.
You, Susan.
And let's see. Made mine while watching. Yes, Jean, coming from the UP of Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That's the whole idea, is that people block this time off in their calendar, meal prep with us, prep for an hour, eat for a week, get some great inspiration from the people that are on. Today has just been incredible. What a fun show.
So everyone that's watching, we are, God willing, Taylor still has a shortened tour schedule. And in October, you're going to be in Florida at Epcot?
I think so. Well, you know,
I know.
all-
That's why I'm saying
we
who knows
just-
what's going on
yeah.
right now. So
Sorry,
if
that was wrong.
if that stays,
There we go.
Margot and I are going to make the trip down,
Oh, how
and we're going to come
fabulous.
see you. We've seen
Thank you.
concerts there before. It's a great, venue. It's
Mhm.
fun. So we'll come and watch you do your thing. It'll be exciting.
Thank you. Thank you. What a pleasure today. It was so much fun.
Well, let me
So
Get
much
these
fun. So let me put your book up again.
Aw.
If you missed it, Tell It to My Heart. This is such an inspirational story about grit, about vision, about sticking with what you know in your heart is what you are here for. Just love it. I love it. So thank you for getting it all written down.
Thank you, Margo. Thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I mean, what a beautiful, beautiful way to share time with your family, and really beautiful.
Well, thank you. We've so appreciated your time. This has been just
Thank
a blast. I'm glad you met 2 out of our 3
I
kids.
so love your children. Wait, look, he's doing the cups. Look at the cups. Look at the
Oh,
cups.
wait. Where's the
Don't
food?
go yet.
Oh, we can't leave yet. The cups.
No, the cups are coming.
talk about something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Dayne's Den. We haven't
Okay.
talked about that yet.
Yeah, that's a project I'm working on now. And I'm really excited about it because, reinventing oneself while we're in the middle of this lovely, time where we're really going within to some extent a lot. And and it's a project I'm working on at home. So some musicians music that I felt, yes, The Masked Singer was a wonderful experience. And again, that was during the time where it was, I went and worked in the studio where it was very quietly done, as you know, and everybody was masked. And it was just a very interesting experience, to say the least, and just wonderful. I loved it. That months of being under a mask. Wow, Steve, those look.
How do I do that?
I know. It's
Show these
backwards.
Okay, guys, this is one of my favorite dishes, I have to say.
Let's see. I don't know. We got to get,
Can you see them?
See?
I don't know. Our regular food cam was not there.
You gotta just, okay, those just look yum.
They smell so good.
Someday we have to have a smell.
I mean, between that and the pancakes, guys,
That is the Taylor Dayne family brunch. Next
yeah,
up,
it is.
challah French toast.
With the turkey bacon, with your beautiful strawberries on there, with your maple syrup. Those pancakes, guys, if you could really show that pan, Steve, that's your beauty. That's just, you did a beautiful job.
It was fun. It really is simple, and it's really healthy.
Incredible.
Looking at all the ingredients,
You've got to tilt this a little bit. You can see the dishes.
you can see my dirty mess.
Yeah, we can see. You actually make dirty dishes when you cook food at home. So
Beautiful.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
It looks amazing. So anyway, the Dayne's Den is just this other kind of like this shoot off now from after doing The Masked Singer. I just felt really creative again, and just really, reinventing this image of how people perceived me. Obviously, they didn't even know it was me, right? And going, wow, but refreshing other people's music and then interpreting myself, right, as you've done here, taking these recipes and putting your own touch on it. So for me, it's about going in there and doing other people's music, my own music, and then now putting a new fresh spin on it and doing it in my studio, in my own home. And so that's what we're doing. And I brought together a couple of musicians that I love and have wanted to work with for a while, studio musicians, and we're just back there and putting some music together, and it feels really fresh and really organic, and it feels really, really good. And
It has
Awesome.
to feel good. I saw a little bit about that on Facebook. You have a little jam session.
yeah,
On
we're getting some rehearsals together, so I can't wait for people to see it. We'll probably start streaming that real soon.
So someday we'd love to have you back if you'd come back
Love
and
to.
visit us. It'd be
Thank
so
you.
much fun. I don't know if either of your kids would like enjoying the food or actually meal prepping with you. That would be super fun too, to meet your
We'll
kids.
grab them. My place.
We are going to end the broadcast, but if you could stay on for a second, that would be
Sure.
amazing. All right, everybody, remember, if you would like the recipes, go to www.dfam.life. Remember to like, comment, and share. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much, Taylor.
Thank you, darling. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve.
Bye, everyone.